more than likely a wheel speed sensor. I don't know that for a fact, just guessing. Right rear wheel speed sensor. Okay, let's get the vehicle moving here, and we'll clock a bit of live data.
Okay.
Okay, let's rock and roll, ladies.
What are you? Oh, what are you testing?
Well, that's it. Nothing. That already proves the point. So I was extremely disappointed that this wheel speed sensor in this hub failed. This is a Timken hub. In my opinion, these are the best aftermarket hubs you can buy. They are not cheap. I think they currently run about $420 Canadian at Rock Auto, one of the cheaper retailers, you know. However, perhaps this isn't a wheel speed sensor.
Green bastard! The parts unknown.
Perhaps this is just corrosion in the connector. Now, these operate on pretty small currents, pretty low bias voltages. Let's clean this up, see if we can restore the wheel speed sensing, because if you recall, we were getting absolutely nothing. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to clean this up, but that's not happening. That contact is completely gone, and as you can see here, it looks like the moisture has got past the weather pack. Not much of a weather pack, is it? But yeah, you can see. Okay, first time I've ever seen that. Know that I've seen Everton on an SX4, but I have changed multiple hubs here, guys, and it looks like I'm going to be changing this one as well. But I'm going to send this back for warranty. It's been less than a year since I've owned this. This is on the hub, so to me, I hope they honor the warranty. I don't see why not. So on the wiring side, it's failed. Never had this before. I've had cars with 416,000 kilometers on them. No, mind you, the hubs had been changed, so that's no fair to say that. I don't know, but 200,000 and change. This has currently got 139 on it. And this is not an original hub. As I said, I changed this less than a year ago. This is a year's worth of you know, exposure to the elements. Yeah, if I had a pen and a crimper, I could probably deal with that, but as I said, there's no need to. It's a warranty claim. I have another hub. As I said, these Timken hubs are now $420. You don't need to believe me, I'll show you the website. That's just getting outrageous to me, right? The SKF hubs, one of the biggest bearing manufacturers in the world, SKF, have it at half that price. So although the SKF hubs, in my experience, I have used them in the past, are not as good as the Timken, you probably will get 2/3 or 3/4 of the life out of them. How do they explain, how do they rationalize this Timken hub has doubled, virtually doubled in price in the course of 12 months? I don't think they can rationalize that. That's ridiculous. What I think's going on here is they know people will buy premium parts, right? Now, some people think I'm a cheap bastard. I'm no cheap bastard. I don't mind buying the best if I think there's value for money in it. But I'm not sure that's the case with Timken hubs now. They're more than double SKF. Can they rationalize that? I'm starting to wonder. So I've just freed the connector from its mount here, guys, so I can get a good look at the pins. Thankfully, the chassis side of the wiring is fit for purpose. I just cleaned them up, you know, with the appropriate size contact. Give her a wee bit of the old how you doing? And I'm going to slather this in dielectric grease when I put it back together, because looks like the weather pack can be questionable. Again, this is the first time I've ever seen this, but I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 8 hubs later on the SX4 fleet I've had over the years. But yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Anyway, not the end of the world. So entirely up to you what you guys do when you do the installation, but seems the weather pack is marginal. So I've packed both the back side and the front side of the connector here with dielectric grease. Of course, when I slide it together, just give you that maybe a wee bit extra margin, you know, for waterproofing. Looks like I've had that a while, huh? Anyway, I've showed you guys hub replacements in the past. Go find the details there. This is just kind of pointing at this interesting failure mode. Since the wheel speed sensor retaining ring is usually amongst the first part to fail corrosion wise, guys, might not be a bad idea. You hit it with some anti-corrosive, the same way the drive shaft itself here, because it can the corrosion can stratify, and of course the encoder ring for the wheel speed sensor is magnetic and it tends to attract rust particles, so it can get contaminated. Make sure the wiring is routed away from the hub. See it there? Make sure it's clear the away from the drive shaft itself, any rotating parts, of course, and then try and get the connector so it's angled, so you haven't got like a right angle bend on the connector stressing the wiring as it goes into the connector, of course. But it's critical you keep this clear right in this area here. Good. Okay, being the responsible citizen I am, I've got my missus driving here. Let's go for a test drive and see how we're doing on the wheel speed here. Right rear is on the top. Sorry about the glare, not much I can do about that. So here's the left and right wheel speed actually merged or overlaid, guys. Maybe for comparison's sake, sometimes it's a wee bit easier. You actually see, it's clear, you see the differential as opposed to trying to, in your mind, compare the two graphs, you know. Yeah, good. Happy with that. Yeah, so as I back out of the scan tool, just release the part brake there, Lisa. As you can see, all the fault enunciators are out. The ABS light is on because obviously you're in the module. That's it, boys. Cheers.